make it real. Put new residents in, and that's what we did. We spent about a year and a half helping the builder go through approval process, which I brought into the deal. And when we finally opened, even though it was on not the most desirable side of town, and even though the town wasn't perceived as well as it is today, people actually camped out overnight to buy those. The phenomenon came again with these condos here, right in the center of town, and above a brewery, where people actually camped out for 2.5 nights to buy the condos here.
And that's how you got the Camp Out Kid nickname, you think?
Yep.
I do remember, you know, the Action News, all the major news networks here, you know, covering the whole event. It must have been a great feeling. So getting the people to come in, and their perceptions changed, and we're sitting in a condo now.
We're sitting in a condo above the new Iron Hill Brewery. Also, I had another camp out, and when it happened the third time out in Coatesville for new single-family houses out there, that's when the executive director of Chamber of Commerce dubbed me that name.
Okay, so that happened in Coatesville.
Yeah.
So what does a modern home buyer want today?
Efficient and price. Phoenixville is a very price-sensitive market. People want an entry-level unit, somehow to actually have a piece of the American dream. So if you can make it affordable and by making it efficient, like these condos are very efficient and space-wise, then people want to own. They also want to be near amenities. They want to be able to walk, or what I call a staggering distance, to all the amenities.
Okay, so something they could get to quickly. They don't always have to get in their car to go grab a bite to eat or a cocktail or, you know, a cup of coffee or even see a good show or art exhibits.
A lot of what I promote is the ability to be able to turn the car off on Friday when they get home from work and not turn the car back on until Monday when they leave for work.
So in this hectic society, I guess it's working.
It's working. It seems to be working because it seems to be very desirable. We're selling these condos down here for similar prices to what they're trying to sell townhouses for elsewhere.
Okay. And what is different about the place we're in today? Or no, I don't want to say different. The place we're in today was decorated by Pottery Barn.
This unit right here is 100% Pottery Barn. I went to them and said, if we give you carte blanche, can you decorate a model for us? And they went up the corporate ladder and they said they hadn't thought it had ever been done before, but they didn't see any reason why not. I wanted to raise the perception of people about Phoenixville. I wanted them to think of it as a place where you would have a Pottery Barn sample, as opposed to what it had been thought of years ago as just a steel town.
So we have to get past that mentality in different towns, such as Phoenixville or the other towns you've worked in, or as I even said, as far up north as Wilkes-Barre, Scranton.
Well, I haven't worked in Wilkes-Barre.
Right, but I'm just saying we have to get that mentality.
That is the biggest issue, because you can build houses. You can build houses in downtown setting. You can build restaurants. You can put all that mixed together. The thing you have to change is people's mentality about certain areas. Like Phoenixville was, like when I worked in Oxford, it was all the way in southern Chester County, and it was not considered a desirable area. Well, it was a place where there was affordable. We made it affordable, and we made it in the borough of Oxford itself, so it was walking distance to all the shops and restaurants. Same way with what I think is going to happen in Coatesville, is if you make it desirable, and that's more of a mental picture you have to change for people as opposed to a physical picture, because all these towns, they have the infrastructure, they have the roads, they have the water and sewer and such like that in most cases. You just have to change people's perception. Change
the perceptions in the city of Philadelphia and out in the suburbs as well.
It doesn't matter, in my opinion, anywhere, any town in the United States, it's all has the same ingredients.
And anything you'd like to leave us with today about real estate and your, working at the various towns you've been in and what you've learned throughout all these years in the business?
Well, I've been doing this for 23 years, and I think that's evident what I do in terms of thinking of these towns as a product and putting in the ingredients to the product that would make it desirable. It seems to be paying off, because Phoenixville itself has a much higher, triple the appreciation rate of the rest of the county, even in a slowing real estate market. And I think that if you look at these things as a product, which I went to the Wharton School of Business for marketing, and if you put the right ingredients together, that it seems to be paying off, and I think it's proving itself, because Phoenixville is still booming when other towns aren't. And then with all the new residents coming in, it's turning into a really hip and cool place to be.
Okay, well then maybe I'll ask you one more question. How do we keep it going then?
To keep it going by adding to, feeding into that product cycle, feeding into coming up with the next and best thing, feeding into what has been successful and continuing that. And what has been successful is these small efficient units. The projects that I'm involved in, I restrict them to owner-occupants because they want to take more of an investment in the town itself, and they get involved in the planning commissions and in the community itself, in the service organizations and stuff like that I've seen here. I've seen that happen with the people I've sold houses to, and it just feeds into a bigger and better place. Then when they start bringing in their friends, it just fulfills the whole upward cycle.
So then the roots grow. Plant your roots and have it grow,
yep.
And a new community is born then.
Yep.
All right.
Essentially the story of the Phoenix Rising.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Joseph Scott McCardle, for being here, and good luck.
Thank you very much for having me.